Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team, making the watch list video for Monday, September 11th. I'm trying to stick with the trend of creating the watch list beforehand, showing the plays that I'm looking at and why I'm looking at them ahead of time, so I'm not doing the whole watch list video. Again, trying to make it more targeted for time, make it a little bit easier for you guys so the videos aren't so long. Basically, I'm going to get right into it, show you how I got things set up, what I'm looking for, and I hope you've really been paying attention to our watch lists and videos lately because the alerts that I've been setting up and sending out, there are quite a few of them on a daily basis that trigger, and that means, these entries, if you look at them, again, not all of them are going to fire off. You got to do your proper support and resistance, but these alerts, many of them fire off at the market open. So obviously you want to be careful, do your support and resistance, pick your trading strategy, but our watch lists are really on the money. And I try to pick stocks that are number one, going to break out, or also stocks that are going to break down. And if you've been watching my videos lately, I've been stressing that shorting is not as scary as people think. It's really important to learn shorting as well as longing because, especially with all the uncertainty going on lately in the markets and around the world and stuff, the market doesn't always go up. It pulls back and goes down, and those are great times to short stocks and, short overextended stocks or short ones that get the pop and then they do the reversal. It's all about really studying patterns and just practicing. If you're scared to short or you're nervous or you think it's risky, practice with it, because the more you practice with it, the more you realize it's actually not as risky as you think. It's, just like with anything, you can hold a stock longing too long and lose money that way. Shorting can be a little bit more risky if you're holding overnight and stuff, but if you're just day trading, shorting on a reversal or shorting on an overextended stock is actually very simple to do. I actually sometimes find it easier to short than to long because a lot of times there's predefined patterns when the market opens and when it's running that you can find stocks that have a top and kind of pick your entry and manage your risk a little bit better than sometimes with a stock when you're going long. It goes and it can have a really quick pop and then slam right back down in the morning. There's no kind of resistance overhead intraday a lot of times to kind of gauge your risk management. So again, it's all a matter of your trading style and your preference, but it's important to really learn both because, if the market's not bullish or there's a down day, you could always go, instead of longing, you can go in short and, it's, again, not as scary as you think. So watch my past couple Thinkorswim watch list videos that I've done, and I kind of talk a little bit more about shorting. Make sure you watch our videos on our playlist about shorting as well. But I say all of that because when I'm making my watch list videos, I am pointing out not only ones that may potentially pop the next day, but also ones that might be potentially shortable. So that's why I keep stressing it. So again, sticking with the trend, in theory, obviously you can, set limit orders to get in and out of stocks, but you could also use hotkeys as well. I'm usually more partial to hotkeys. I try to find ones that have a really tight bid-ask spread, where I use a hotkeys to get in and out. But a lot of times I'll use limit orders if the spread's a little bit off. To pick my entries, I use, again, level 2 and time and sales to see what's going on. With choosing my entries and exits. But in theory, again, just kind of going along and just to show you again how it's not as scary to short as you think. If you were to obviously long a stock, if you were to buy the ask, in theory, you would get filled right away. As long as the stock is not going parabolic or crazy, when you buy the ask, you get filled. When you're in the stock, as long as nothing crazy is going on, if you sell the bid, you essentially get out of your stock right away. So buying the ask gets you in the stock, selling the bid gets you right out of it. Now, obviously, you want to try and get better deals. So some people, you can either put a limit order in, or you could try buying the bid and get a little bit lower of a price. And then obviously, once you have the stock, you could always sell on the ask as the stock is going up to get more of a profit, or do a limit order. But in theory, to get in and out of a position when you're longing a stock, you buy the ask, sell the bid, right? With shorting, again, it's just the reversal of that. If you want to short a stock, essentially, if you were to sell the bid right away, that means you're going short. You can get filled right away as long as the stock's not doing something crazy. And then when you want to cover your position, you would just buy the ask. So it's just literally kind of the opposite of longing a stock. It's sell the bid, buy the ask. Obviously, try to get better deals, but that's how simple it is. It's not scary to do. It's just practice that. So use your virtual account and practice shorting stocks, practice selling the bid, buying the ask. And then when you get comfortable, practice maybe selling the ask, buying the bid to get better deals. But that's really all it is. It's just, in theory, that simple. Obviously, you're scalping like you would any normal day trade. When you're day trading, it's all about scalping, not getting greedy. Get your 10, 20, 30 cents, whatever it is when you're looking at support and resistance, and just don't get greedy. That's the same thing with shorting. Don't get greedy, manage risk, and even the best traders fail, close to 40% of the time. So that's just part of the process, and there's no way around it. You're going to lose. It happens to the best. So again, that's just kind of my little bit of a rant again on shorting and how it's not so scary. So again, going to the scan, got my scan set up for stocks between 30 cents, $15, minimum 500,000 shares with a gain on the day of 5%. I also do have a new high scan set up as well on Thinkorswim. For those that are at like nearly yearly highs, some of them might not have the 500,000 volume, but they're overextended. They might have a 200,000 or 300,000 volume, but they're overextended, and I look at those and I'll add those onto my watch list at times as well for potential pullbacks. So ONS, I have this on the watch list. It did hold its highs. It did pull back right at this 200 SMA, so it fell below. So in essence, for it to continue up higher, you want to see it break this 229. So if you're going to long this stock, you would want to see it break 229. That's why I have an alert set at 229. If you were going to short it, I'm watching this thing. If this thing falls to around $2, if it breaks below $2, I'm going to watch it for a potential short. So if I'm going to long it, I want to see it break this candlestick at 229. If I'm going to short it, I want to see it break below $2. And then I'm going to look at support right around this 150 range. Whole and half dollar amounts are very big psychological support and resistance area. So again, when I send out the watch list, pay attention to the alerts and why I have them set up. They're not buy recommendations at those levels. It's just key levels to look at. You can see why I have the alert set up here for a potential break above. You can see how I have the alert here at $2 when it falls below it, because that's a potential short. So if it falls below a whole dollar amount like that, that's a big deal. So you again want to practice your support and resistance area. So that's why I have ONS on the list to play potentially either way. That's a nice short. If that falls below $2, that can go down 50 cents. That's a huge drop to potentially look at. So actually, what I'm going to do, I have my own watch list again that I kind of watch like every morning, targeted. I have them on here today, but I'll switch come Monday morning. I'll see what's running on Trade Ideas, and Trade Ideas, you're kind of doing the same thing. You're seeing what's running on news, seeing what's happening, and if there's potential, it's all basically what you're looking to do as a day trader is look out for breakouts or breakdowns on the daily, and then find your entry on the intraday charts on a 1 or a 5 minute chart. And then, scalp and, look at areas of support and resistance, and scalp and look at level 2 and time and sales, as well as the different indicators. And again, there's no perfect way to time your entries and exits. Nobody knows what a stock's going to do. And that's why it's important to just not get so greedy. So EBIO, this one right here, I have this one. Again, you want to see it break over this area, this 172 area, but I put an alert right around this 179 area because that's the 200 SMA. It's either going to go up and reject and fall back down on that, or it's going to go and break above it. So then you'd probably want to look at area of, let's say, maybe 150-ish, as a potential level of support if it rejects. It's not perfect. It's going to be somewhere in that area. and then obviously fall down from there if it does reject. But I want to see it get above that 200 SMA, but then you got to be careful right around this $2 marker for resistance. So if it breaks this 179 alert, be careful around $2, and then if it rejects at $2, then you want to be careful 179 as support and go down from there. Excuse me, PTN, you want to see it break above the high a day here, which was right around the 62-cent marker. So for it to continue higher, you want to see it break above that. It could potentially run from there. You want to be careful, obviously, around this 89 cents, but you know, there's some of this choppiness up in here. But if it breaks above this level here, this 62, that could be a nice breakout. And then if it fails, obviously this would be the new support line. The 62 area would be support. So you've got to be careful. It might go up and go up really far, or it can come back, smack right back down. But as long as it holds that 62, or that basically that 62 support area, that would be support. So this would be a nice breakout if it breaks above. That's why I have the alert set up there. So pay attention to the alerts, have them set up. The alerts go to your phone as a text message, and they also go to your computer as well. So it's important to have these alerts set up. And I'm trying to set these alerts up to really give you a gauge as to really look at what to really look at when trading. ADAP, another one right here. This is right at yearly highs, big green candlestick. You see this one's been moving, so you want to see this thing break above 893, or I would actually, let me see if I can change it to at or above, and then actually I'm going to do another one at or below 893, at or below. So basically this one right here, you also want to be careful. It's close to $9. You want to see it break above $9. So ideally, actually, let me see if I could let's do this. I'm going to do the cancel at or above 393. So I want to do it at or above. I would probably do this one at or above $9. So right around there, because I want to see that thing break $9 if I'm going to go long on that. That would make me nervous because that could break right above 9 and then collapse. So I'd like to see it break above $9 or fall below 893. If it falls below 893, that's a green to red move, and that could potentially fall back down. And I would look anywhere from this $8.50 down to $8 range as support levels, those whole and $half amounts. So that'd be a really nice potential short. If that opens up red, that thing could fall down 50 cents to $1. If it goes green, I'd be careful. I'd want to see it break above 9 and see it go from there. That'd make me a little bit nervous, but that's why I love shorting so much. That's a 50 cent to $1 potential move if that opens up red, because it is overextended. So that's really all you're looking for when shorting. DRNG. This is a nice kind of flag, kind of wedge pattern here. Really nice potential breakout forming right at 42 cents. I want to see it break 42, and that could go. I mean, who knows? This is weird here. You just don't know what can happen on this one. This one could fly. I'd be careful, definitely around $1 marker. I'd also be careful around 50 cents. So I'd like to see this thing break. Ideally, actually, that candlestick. So I actually think I'm going to make this alert for maybe 48 cents, because it breaks out above this pattern here, I'd also be nervous because right around that 50 cent marker, I want to see that thing break above 50 cents. So that's where I would be most concerned. If that breaks 50 cents, that could potentially move. Again, if it fails, then you be careful right on 50 cents and then down from there. FALC. It's another one. Obviously, you want to see it break this marker, that 45 cent marker, but then I really want to see it break that 50 cent area. Again, another one right around 50 cents. You want to see it break, so 50 cents. Then you want to see it clear kind of these areas of resistance right here. If it can clear, you know, kind of above those areas right there, it may potentially run. So, you know, it could be a breakout, but it's got to clear these areas here. But it's all about scalping. If you can get it over 50 cents and then it can go up to 70 cents, you know, that could be a 20-cent move. That's a nice profit. CELH, this is another one at yearly highs, kind of some indecision. So you want to see this thing break. Why did I put that at 648? Oh, so I put this one at or below 648. can have another one at or above 673. So if you're going to take this long, you want to see it break 673. If you're going to take it short, I'd like to see this thing fall right below 650, and that thing can again go right down to $5. That could be a potential, or $6. That could be a potential 50-cent move. That could be a nice short. XXII. Want to see this one break 250, and then obviously 284 would be resistance. So this would be resistance, then this would be support. If it breaks, that could be a nice break. 250 to 284, that's a 34-cent move. Then you got to be careful up here. That's forming a double top once it's up here. So you want to see a break above 284, or if not, it's going to fall back down, which would be then creating a double top. MVIS, you want to see this one break above 309. I might put the mark at 308, just kind of closer. And then obviously this 275 area would be area of support. But if it breaks 309, that would, that 307 marker would be support. I'd watch out probably for this area right around 294 as well, potentially, and then head down from there. SYN, want to see that one break this area right around that 81-cent area. And then I would be careful right around $1. So if it breaks that 81 or 82 cents, be very careful around $1. I'd like to see it break this $1 marker, because if it does, it could then go up into the gap, go up and fill this potential gap around $1.36. So I'd be a little bit leery of it between 80 cents and to $1. It all depends what your risk management is, but I personally would like to see it go above the dollar and go up into that gap. JASO, another one at yearly highs. You want to see it break 784 to continue further. I personally like this one for a potential short below 750. So if this thing falls from 773 down to 750, I'd like this one from 750-ish down to $7. Another, potential 50-cent short on the way down. So that's what I'm looking at. You'll see 3 green days, kind of overextended. It's going to want to pull back at some point. It might not be Monday, but when it does pull back, it's going to want to go. But I'd like to see it break this area of support here, right around that 750, for it to fall back down to $7 area. But that's a nice move if it does one to short. If it breaks 784, you got to be careful right around $8 for resistance. SPPI, another one, like to see it break 1074. I put this at or below 1060 because I like that one as a potential short. If that one falls to below 1061, which would be a green to red move, that could go from 1061 right down to this, $10 area, another 50 to 60 cent move. If it breaks 1077, you got to be careful around $11. So that's why I'm looking at that one as a potential short. It's kind of overextended. It's going to want to pull back at some point, maybe not Monday, but it's a nice short if it does. TRMR, another one, really overextended. You want to see this thing break 394, but I'm looking at it at or below 387, because if that breaks below 387, that could go down to that 344-ish range for a decent short. So that's why I see, look at how overextended this stock is. That's why I'm looking at that one for a potential short. If you want to take it long, you want to see it break ideally $4, not $3.94, that psychological resistance barrier. And then NEO. This one right here, I am looking at, obviously if you want to take this long, you want to see it break 323. If you want to take it short, you want to see it break below, really ideally below 1050. It goes below 1050, then you want to be careful right around that 13 EMA, right around that 1013 marker. But that's really the support and resistance that you're really looking for. It's just mapping out these areas. If it breaks the previous high of from the previous day, you might want to take it long depending on how much resistance is on the daily charts. But if it goes green to red and falls, look below for the areas of support and write it down. It's all about support and resistance and finding those areas. So that's really all I'm looking for, but you'll see I send out the alerts, the active alerts right here. I'll send this out with the watch list, and then basically just look at these levels and just really study why I'm putting those alerts in. That's why I make these videos, to really help you, and just study the alerts and why I put them in those areas, and just look at those areas for yourself. Watch our daily watch list and really get accustomed to why I'm looking at these areas and what I'm looking for exactly. And then practice. If you want to learn day trading, set up your Thinkorswim virtual account and just really practice. Make a few hundred trades in your virtual account to get very comfortable. We do have a Thinkorswim course on our website. If you go over to bullishbears.com, we have a Thinkorswim course, and basically how I set everything up with Thinkorswim. So make sure you take that course. It's a free trading course. Make sure you do that. I'll go over courses in a moment, but before I do, make sure that if you haven't already, make sure that you type in Bullish Bears on Facebook and like and follow our fan page over here, because that's where we post all of our updates, as well as post our trade ideas morning watch list. Guys, that's a really valuable tool that we're posting every single day. So not only am I doing the watch list at night for you guys and sending it out to you and showing you the alerts, we're also giving you the pre-market watch list of what's running before 9 a.m. every morning. So if you just watch what I'm doing with these watch lists and study them and practice, and then you take the watch list in the morning, you're going to see what, couple that you like from the ones at night that you're looking to watch, as well as the ones that are on the pre-market watch list with trade ideas. And you're going to have a nice watch list to have. You watch 3 to 5 stocks in the morning. You pick which one you're most comfortable with. You scalp it, make good money. I mean, we're showing you guys step by step on what you really need to watch and look for and do. And it's just going to be all practice on your end on really getting comfortable with trading. And the only way to do that is to really practice so much with a virtual trading account. And once you're comfortable with a virtual trading account and you're having good results, then you want to practice with a real account, but with small positions. You want to make lots of trades with small positions so you get comfortable trading with real money with small positions so you don't lose all your money before you go and you start making regular big size positions. But that's what we're trying to teach you guys, just step by step. Just watch these videos, watch our other videos, practice, and then also make sure that you join our trade room if you haven't already, and just watch what we post every morning. You'll see me posting things that I'm watching for, things that are happening, alerts that are being set. When we see something moving on trade ideas, we'll send it out. So join our trade room if you haven't already. We have it right over here on our website at bullishbears.com. Here's our trade room. Come and join us. Again, we have a free trade room, which is kind of unheard of in this industry, because most trade rooms that cost at least $100 a month, if not more. Many of them are $150 plus per month. And many of them are not even giving the content that we're giving out on a daily basis. They're not giving you the watch list with entries and exits that they're looking at. They're not giving you, a trade ideas pre-market watch list. Trade ideas cost $100 a month, and we're providing that for free, that watch list every morning. With what's running. So that's a very valuable tool. Never mind, again, entries and exits that we're potentially looking at with these alerts. That's a very valuable trade room that we have. And again, we're giving it to our community for free. Also, too, when you're on our website, make sure that you subscribe to our daily watch list. So again, talking about daily watch lists, we email this out every single night with what we're looking at to get you prepared for the next morning. So that's, again, to get you prepared, have a watch list, show you what we're looking at, show you the alerts, give you a trade room to be able to practice without charging you, as well as you can see here, the trade ideas. We do have partnerships with Trade Ideas and Benzinga. Benzinga is live news. It's a great tool that we highly recommend. But if you're on a budget, use the list that we send out each day from Trade Ideas in Benzinga. But when you can afford it and you are starting to make some money, we highly suggest still getting Trade Ideas, because it's an awesome live market scanner. A lot of times we'll put stuff on the watch list and on what's running in the morning, but something else will be moving on the live scanner that'll be even potentially a better trade. So that's why when you can afford it, definitely pick up Trade Ideas. We do have an exclusive community discount of 15% with the discount promo code of BullishBears15, as well as we have another partnership with Benzinga Pro, which is awesome, a live market news tool that we recommend, and we have a 25% discount code with them. So when you can start to afford these tools, we highly recommend them. Again, the links are below. And then going back to our courses, we have a couple $1,000s worth of free trading courses that we provide to our members to really help you get started and really learn the industry. So the reason why Tim, Dan, and myself are doing all of these things, which are pretty much unheard of, nobody gives everything away for free, but it's ideally what we'd like to do. We ideally want to build a massive community of followers, give everything kind of away for free to our community members, and ideally partner with major companies that'll basically pay us to give that education and teach, help teach our followers how to learn more about the stock market and trading. But in order for us to be able to get to that point, we need to survive and grow off of the monthly contributions for our community members. There are no obligations to donate to us, but we greatly appreciate it. It helps us to grow, and ideally, the more donations that we do receive on a monthly basis from our members, the less likely that we will charge down the road for a membership. We, again, could easily start charging $150 a month plus for all the stuff that we're offering, but we're not doing that now because ideally we want to be different. So there's no promises that we won't change our model down the road, but if everybody contributes a little and helps us to grow, then we'll be less likely to charge membership fees. So if you'd like to contribute to our community, just click on the contribute button right over here. We make it affordable for everybody, so everything that we have to offer, you're able to take advantage of it for free. But if you'd like to give back, we have monthly donation options for as low as $10, $25 a month. If you'd like to give back more, $50, $100 a month, we're giving so much away, so every little bit counts. And if you're on a budget, we make it affordable for everybody. You can kind of just click right here and subscribe monthly for whatever is most comfortable to you, or we have one-time donations over here. And again, last but not least, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell right here if you haven't already. That allows you to be updated when we post new videos. And as you can tell, guys, our YouTube channel is blowing up. We have tons of subscribers, lots of great content. Make sure you take advantage of it, like our videos, share them, and make sure you comment on them as well with any questions and comments. We do our best to be very interactive with our community. So hopefully these watch list videos are helping you, and happy trading on Monday. Enjoy.